Hey guys, welcome to Kipoerneke's Corner. I have hopped on and I'm looking at um I'm gonna check out the events that are going on today. First perhaps I might want to start on using up some of the stamina that's built up here. So let's go over to the Oracle's Trial. We've got a Gear Raid 3 thing, which is Forgotten Palace. Let's get that going to start off with. In the background, we can always check switch what we're doing if we want to. But all right, start that and minimize this, and then go and look at the events window. I think that the Dow Chan event starts today. So we've got Canvas in Bloom coming up. Masterful Strokes looks like it's the first part of that. Let's click on it, see what it shows us here. All right, we have some tiles. I didn't actually pay attention to what those looked like, what was being shown there, so that's unfortunate. Apparently we have 30 attempts left. Let's check this out. You get 15 painting attempts daily, which can be stored up to a maximum of 60. You receive an additional 15 painting attempts on the event's first day and final 2 days. So we have 30 to start with, and we'll have 30 on the last day as well, something to keep in mind. Okay, so we click on a panel, and it shows us some roses. It's highlighting us to click these. I guess this is an example. So we use three of our painting attempts, paintbrushes maybe, to do that first one, and that's 100,000 gold as the reward. Now we are just going to click 3 random themes. Let's see what happens. We'll go here. Okay, that's definitely not a painting tile. There could probably be some degree of method to this madness. There are odds to consider, and so what if we go here next? Okay, we got one. So now we know something. We know it's either across or it's down in that line. Assuming that the flowers are only going to be on spots that that applies to, since we didn't get a flower in the first one. So now we know something. We only have 4 more possible slots for these flowers to be in. Because, you know, there's just not really any good choice, I don't think, as far as the odds of it being one direction or the other. There's nothing that would cross over between the two. So let's just try this one and see what happens. It's wrong. So now we go this way. All right. We only lost 2 blocks that time. All right. So we got a huge stamina potion for that. How you doing, Cody? Now we have obviously the middle block, which could be a part of any of these. Could help to eliminate some things to go that direction. So let's just start in the middle. It's not it, and that's not. This is, and so it's either across at the top or up and down, obviously. So it's just a matter of guessing. I typically guess wrong, so there we go. What I should do is I should guess, and then I should change my guess to the other ones, if that helps. Alright, so we got 5 ancient summoning crystal shards there. Alright, so we're going to try the middle again. No, not there. Alright, next. Nope, not there. Okay, has to be here. So, now, we know that. We've got, again, we're down to 2 choices. And I lean toward the top one here, right? So I'll lean toward up and down. And because I lean toward up and down, let's go left and right. Hey, it worked. All right. There we go. 5 ancient summoning crystal shards there. All right, so we try again. Let's do this. All right, that time it was. Now that's actually a bad thing because it means that it can be up and down, it can be left, it can actually be any spot on the board. That didn't help in the slightest to knowing which direction to go. So again, I'll lean toward the upper left. Let's instead go with something entirely different. Let's go with the bottom. Nope, not there. All right, that was actually a terrible choice on my part because that only eliminated one thing. I could have chosen any corner and it would have been a better choice than that. No idea why I did that. So let's try this one. No, not there. All right. Well, how about here? Up there. All right. So we've eliminated everything except the line across the middle at this point. So let's go across the middle. I'll try to make better choices next time and fail less. All right. Rare summoning crystal for that. We have 5 attempts left. So what I think is that the worst spot to try first is the middle. I had originally thought that when I tried the first set of tiles, and then I went ahead and did it anyway next. But let's instead, again, I lean toward the lower left on this. So you know what? Let's go with the upper right. Not there. Okay. So now we know it's not across. It's not down. As the whole thing, I mean, it can be partially there. So let's go ahead and try here. Not there. All right. So it's not up and down on the left. It's not up and down on the right. It's not across on the left or on the top or the bottom. And therefore we know it must be in the middle, right? So let's go. The one time I didn't start in the middle, that's where it was. Cool. 5 ancient summoning crystal shards for that. But we'll try the same kind of thinking. Let's go lower. Oh, we're out of attempts. Sorry, I can't do it. Next time, maybe I'll do lower left to start. We'll see. Cody says, Cody says, I pulled to 199 for Dalchan today because I'm a pity swap on the Rosalia banner. See, I was thinking the opposite. That's cool if you can get up that high. I mean, 199 makes some sense, but it seems like it's a little bit risky, because if you pulled Dalchan on, like, say, 197, then you would be restarting on your pity for the next one, right? And the Dalchan is guaranteed, regardless. I was thinking I would throw 1 at Dalchan today, just because, you know, getting the daily done, and then pull on the painter next, since I have a little pity built up, and then you can switch back to Dalchan after you hit the painter, or paintress, whatever. I don't know. It's a tough thing. But I hit Boreas at 90 pulls, so I'm at like 130 into pity for Rosalia's banner now. That's cool. Sort of. I mean, it's definitely cool. I hit Boreas at 90 pulls. If you pulled a day for Dalchan, good luck. Well, thank you. My tip for you is you should save the summons for the Rosalia banner, just because you already have the most important awakening for Dalchan, and you don't have the craziest amount of summons. Yeah. So my thought was, I would do it the one on Dalchan, and then whenever the painter and paintress release tomorrow, I would go lay into that one until I, hit whatever pity happens. And then, or whatever resets my pity, even if I obviously don't get there, that's fine. Because I should have enough to hit that for sure. And then switch over to Dalchan, regardless, I think, of what legendary I get from that. I think I've got to switch to Dalchan. So that's my plan. Cody says that's a very good idea. Yeah, I think so. And maybe I can even remember to do it. Who knows? All right. So we've got those. And then we're going to go to pre-registration rewards. We get a login reward, which is a rare summoning crystal here. We've got the treasure hunt celebration. What is the treasure hunt celebration? We don't know. Let's click the eye. Use lucky knives, tap on tiles, and win rewards. You may choose to go to the next floor after winning the special reward on the current floor. Okay, I've done this one before. The higher the floor, the better the rewards. Please note that you cannot return to the previous floor once you confirm to go on to the next one. After checking the open all option, tapping on the card flipping area will consume lucky knives until the special reward is drawn or there are no more lucky knives. After checking the skip the flip animation option, the flipping animation will be skipped. After checking the open all and skip the flip animation options, they will remain checked for this login, but will be unchecked after logging in again. Well, we're not going to do any of that business. We're just going to randomly guess, because that's fun. Ah, yes, we don't have any lucky knives. That is a problem. All right. So we got that. We got Duel of Champions going on still for another 3 days and 13 hours, and so, um, on that, let's see here. We have to fight the arena battles to earn points. Then we got Brave Conquest. That's still going on for another 13 hours, 21 minutes. So I'm into that a little ways. I'm at 6,916 points. I could get up to a maximum of 18,000 on this and get that those 2 summoning crystals there. Don't know that I'll get that high, but I'll definitely do some things. We've got Corridor of Glory. That's leveling up, starting up, promoting heroes, or upgrading hero skills to win trophies and dream rewards. That just started today. It's got another 11 days and 13 hours on that. We also have the Tales of Smith, which will start tomorrow. That's for enhancing gear. So save up that gear that you're getting, enhance it tomorrow, and you'll get some rewards for that. Spiritual Altar, that started today as well. That's for summoning heroes, and you get these little rewards as you do that. That'll be especially good for those who are pulling on Dao Chan or on the Painter and the Paintress. So keep that in mind. Then there's Zombie Invasion. That started yesterday. That's good for some daily rewards as well as some one-time rewards that you can get. Then there's Shard Assembly. That I think looks like that started today. And that's to get the Paintress's Brush, which is the artifact for Rosalia. That's the Paintress. All right, so you can start earning shards toward that today. Let's see, obtain shards. Okay, looks like we can get some through the Arrival of Heroes, Spiritual Altar, Tales of the Smith, Corridor of Glory, Duel of Champions, Mystery of Artifacts, The Lost Legacy, Hero Training, Brave Conquest. So all of those things can result in you getting artifact shards. Something to think about. Maybe worthwhile to do that. The 7-day sign-in is exactly what you would think it is. You sign in every day and you get rewards for doing so. Then, of course, the Immortal Codex is still running. We have 6 days and 13 hours on that, so if you haven't done it yet, be sure to stop in and check that out. I think, for me, right now, I'm going to go ahead to the arena and see what we have over here. We have no one that I want to fight. I currently have 358,477 BP, and I'm going to refresh these opponents here. Refresh the opponents. All right. Here's Aljar, or Aljar. I like Aljar. Aljar has 366,503 BP, which is a little bit more than we do, but let's go ahead and see what his monsters look like. Okay, they're the same as his, so that means his people on his team are they're similar BP values to one another. The monsters are going to be a little bit harder for my characters than they will for his, because his BP is higher. But I'm feeling kind of okay about that overall. Let's see what happens. He has thrown out this fellow. Who is this fellow? It is Abomination. Abomination has Boundless Endurance, triggers automatically for 25 seconds, increases max HP by 50%, extends attack range, and reduces physical damage taken by 20%, deals 65% AoE damage to all enemies, and it said more things. Don't know what they were. I've never seen him before. Abomination. Alright, that was Aljar with 366,503 BP. Stats show that Xena did the most damage with 1,443,980, followed by, that must be Abomination. So I actually have seen him before. I just forgot, didn't realize it was called Abomination. I'm not really sure, but I've seen that icon before. And he did 922,728 damage, followed by Hot Suit, who I'm going to posit that maybe they should have put Hot Suit out first. She's very good on the DPS. Alright, now, onward. We got 3 arena coins, 8 Duel of Champions points, and 10 diamonds for that. Not a bad reward here. I like it. What else? I don't think I want to try any of these other guys. The next highest one is this fellow who is clearly has a Russian name. And so I'm not really sure how to pronounce that in English. It looks like Pisik or something like that. But that definitely, well, okay, let's see. It's, I said Russian. I'm not sure that that's accurate. All right. Anyway, because it's it, regardless. Moving back out of here, I realize that I need to come over here and start um, this harbor master off gathering some materials. We're sending some ships to gather some materials. I guess she's doing it personally. All right. Got that going. I think I'm going to actually go ahead and do that summon I talked about. Let's get that over with. I'm going to summon one time on Dao-chan here. And it's not going to probably do very well for me, but let's try it. I see that Cody says they're adding 2 new epics soonish to the game, so that's cool. We rarely see new epics, and one's an AoE anti-heal champ. Awesome, because from what I understand, I need an anti-heal champ in order to get past that. Oh, I don't know, one of the raid levels. People were saying I can't because I just don't have the DPS to overcome whatever it is. I really don't even remember. I just remember the advice that I need an anti-healer. Here we have Rogers, the 2-star defender. Stalwart and loyal, Rogers can bolster his own defenses to become a human wall. Alright. Continue. We got perform 1 summon done here. So, we have a few things to claim. Clearing these stages 5 times today gets us 2 lucky knives and 1 stamina potion sample. Spending 100 stamina today got us 2 lucky knives and 1 stamina potion sample. Performing 1 summon got us 2 more lucky knives and 2 4-star psychic power shards. Participating in the arena 1 time got 5 quick clear tickets and 2 lucky knives. Obtaining 1 piece from the gear raid got us 5 quick clear tickets and 2 lucky knives, and signing in today got us 5,000 gold and 2 lucky knives. Cody says I need it for gear raid 1. Yeah, I thought it was one of the gear raids. I didn't know which one, but I was just like, one of those raids. I'm not even really sure. that works. Then we've got a weekly quest. Sign in for 5 days. That gives us 50 diamonds. Very nice. I like it. If we finish up 1 more of those, then we're going to be able to claim the box at the top and get a summoning crystal and 3 shards for ancient summoning crystals. That'll be very good. I intend fully to do that. And we don't actually have to do it today. Could be tomorrow. But either way, very soon. Then I'm actually going to look over here because we have a hero visiting and we may have something to send out that is not time sensitive exactly, but it will use up some time, and so I may as well get it done now. It's Laurel visiting, and she says, "You must be the commander. The mother of trees has whispered to me, stating that the equilibrium of the forest is in peril. Can't be having that. I'm in desperate need of adventure medals, or I won't be able to continue roaming the kingdom freely." Okay, so we complete any stage of Gear Raid 3 to have a chance of obtaining quest items. So we're looking for these adventure medals. And nicely enough, Gear Raid 3 is the one we need for the other thing as well. So that works out. Let's go ahead. Actually, you know what? Let's make this simple. Let's do quick clears. We'll do 2 of them to start with. And we'll use one of these huge stamina potions. And start those 2 quick clears. Hello, OJ Pimpson. How you doing? So we ended up getting a total of 30 Forgotten Palace trophies, 30 Brave Conquest points, 7,350 gold, 1,386 XP potions, and a couple of pieces of gear. But we didn't get was any of those adventurer medal things that we're looking for. So we click quick clear again. We'll do another couple of these. Actually, okay, failure again in that regard. Ended up getting 40 Forgotten Palace trophies, 40 Brave Conquest points, 7,350 gold, 1,386 XP potions, and a couple of pieces of gear. Once again, none of the tokens that we need for that quest. So, try again. Cody says, "Is that Dill?" Because OJ Pimpson said, "Good, finally changed my name." Yes, it is. Yeah, that says his name in watcherofrealms as well, in case you were unaware of that. Alright, so, but you weren't, because I think he's in your guild, isn't he, Cody? Alright, so we got 1 adventure medal, 35 Forgotten Palace trophies, 35 Brave Conquest points, 7,350 gold, 1,386 XP potions, 1 Wisdom amulet, and an Insight amulet. Very nice. So, we just need 1 more of those. I'm just going to run them 1 at a time until I get the adventure thing that I need here. So, 3,675 gold, 693 XP potions, piece of gear, 20 Forgotten Palace trophies, and 20 Brave Conquest points. For that, then try it again. Might use up all the quick clears, but that's okay. Similar thing here, 3,675 gold, 693 XP potions, piece of gear, 20 Forgotten Palace trophies, and 20 Brave Conquest points. Next we have, Cody says I got Boreas at 90, now I'm sitting at 199 for tomorrow. And Dill, or OJ Simpson as he's now called, got Dao Chan in 100 pulls, and also got an AT for Laura. Nice. Okay, so we got 3,675 coins, 693 XP potions, piece of gear, 20 Forgotten Palace trophies, and 20 Brave Conquest trophies. Maybe this would be the lucky one because it's the last quick clear that I have. Let's try it. See what happens. Yes, we got it. Excellent. Alright, 3,675 coins, 693 XP potions, 1 piece of gear, 1 adventure medal, 15 Forgotten Palace trophies, and 15 Brave Conquest points. Wonderful. I like it. Back out of there, and then we can submit this. Okay, we got 5 arena permits and 200 stamina for that. She says, to enhance the power of the wand, I require some unique magical materials. And what she requires is 10 of these insignia of endurance ones, which we happen to have 776 of. So I'm cool with that. We'll submit. Alright, 3 5-star psychic power shards for that. Now we have plenty of stamina back. And so we can come over here to this Forgotten Palace and start some background raids going there. Let's go to stage 15, which is apparently the raid level that I got up to, and max that out, start that going there. Got 2 legendary skill crystal shards from surpassing 1,850 points up to 2,179 points at the moment. Also have something to claim over here in the Arrival of Heroes, it looks like. Okay, it's on the ultimate leaderboard. Server quests, and we've got 1 rare summoning crystal and 50 diamonds, 100 diamonds and 1 rare summoning crystal, 150 diamonds and 1 rare summoning crystal, and 200 diamonds and 1 rare summoning crystal, which is awesome. So that was Fedor, Amelia, Yu, Aspros, and Sensei who got us there, I suppose. Alright, excellent. Get out of there. And here's Laurel saying, thanks to you, this forest is protected. I shall forever cherish your benevolence. You know, I do what I can. Okay, now, we have over in events, Brave Conquest, 100,000 coins claimed there. Got those. Treasure Hunt Celebration has some things that I can quit because I now have 12 lucky knots, so let's start here. We got 10 stamina for that one. Then 6 rare skill dust, 2,000 gold, 2,000 more gold, 100 diamonds, and I can head to the next floor at this point. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We have 7 navs remaining at this time. We'll start again in the same place. Got 5 epic skill dust, 2,000 gold, 10 stamina, 5 rare skill dust, 2,000 gold. And for our last click, we'll go here for another 5 rare skill dust. Now on that floor, 100,000 gold is the maximum reward. That's the thing we'll be going for. Time after that, the next floor is going to be this this guy here. Can't remember right now what they're called, but I do recognize what it is. It's guys you can eat to level people up. All right, always good to have. Canvas in Bloom has treasure hunt celebration going on that I haven't clicked on. Oh, that's this. Wow, I'm really good at things. We do have one more knife apparently. Let's go here, and that's the 100,000 gold. So I just stumble around, click random things. Sometimes things happen. All right, let's head to the next. Why not? Okay, now back out of there, and I do want to go start. Okay, I did send off the harbor master. That's good. Good for me. Good for me. All right, Gold Dragon Pass has some things to claim over here. We go to level rewards. We've got 30,000 gold for that. That was level 1. Daily quests. Logging into the game gets us 200 gold dragon tokens, spending 50 stamina got us another 200. Participating in the arena one time gets another 200, and then clearing any stage 5 times today got us another 200. Let's see here. In just a second, and then damn this spammer there. And then let's see here. Okay, weekly quests. Obtain 20 pieces of gear from Gear Raid gets us 750 gold dragon tokens. That levels us up to level 2, which then gives us 5 of these 5-star psychic power shards. Alright, wonderful. Wonderful. Other than that, we can come over to the shop where we have some things to claim. Go to the daily luck. That was time limited offers, and then daily luck. Claim that, and I got 3 ancient summoning crystal shards, 10 auto fight attempts, and 40,000 gold there. Scrolling down to the W Gold shop, we've got in the W Gold shop, click on that tab, a free chest on the left, 10 diamonds. Regular bundle gets us a daily free offal, and it's 30 stamina. So, very nice. Let's look at the arena again, and it's time to refresh. So we confirm that. Nothing that I want to go up against hanging out here right now. My 358,477 BP is insufficient to the task. So, very good. Looks like our Forgotten Palace ranking just went up to 4. Okay. Now, we've got some guild stuff here. Looks like we can go to guild quests. We got the daily sign-in, of course. So for that, we got 20 gold coins, or guild coins rather, 20 guild activity, and 2,000 gold coins. OJ Pimpson says, dang, almost 50,000 coins, no, diamonds. Gems. I'm getting there. I can read occasionally. Very nice. So that's for Cody. OJ Pimpson says, have you done the event stages yet? Are you referring to the, Cody says, I don't believe she's even seen it. I think that you're probably correct. I have no idea what you're talking about. The event stages. You're not referring to the Immortality Codex. Event stages. I'm going to try to identify what... Oh, are we talking about the thing at the top? Top right here? Top right, what's this? Star-crossed romance. Chaos reigns and the Empire trembles. I'm so non-visual, you can't even imagine. Dong's... Oh, let's see, we got a whole name going on here. We're gonna say Dong's Wow. Dong's Wow, armed with chaotic power, seizes the capital. Usurping the throne, his tyranny mocks heaven's order and oppresses the people. His downfall is written in the stars. Okay, so story mode, huh? Far off Tia's shores in a distant realm, a ruler named Dong Zhuo held court in the eastern capital. His name an anthem of fear and chaos untamed. In time, the seeds of chaos sown by Dongzhuo bore bitter fruit, as Lu Bu, his loyal blade, and Dao Chan, his radiant jewel, would join hearts to forge his undoing. As the air grew thick with secrets, the embers of passion ignited in a blaze of doubt in the mind of Dongzhuo, each stolen glance a dagger aimed at his throne. Oh, that's all we get? Okay. Stage 1 it is. Hey, Rubian, how you doing, man? OJ Pimpson says these stages are really fun. Cody says I'm really nice reward shop. OJ Pimpson says level and gear don't matter. Excellent. That's what we like to hear. Alright, stage. We got the conspiracy to start with. Amid the fracturing alliances of the Eastern Kingdom, Dao Chen and Lu Bu vow to slay Dongzhuo. Ceiling, I can't click it. It's like, no, you have to click fight. It's one of those things again. It was like this at the beginning, and then they kind of went away from it and let us have a little bit of independence and be able to click our own buttons. But now we're back to it. This is a new thing, so now we have to click fight. Cannot read the story. Okay, fight it is. Alright, now what are we fighting? We don't know. No idea. Zero ability to find out. We've got a special assist. Let's see what this says. Suggested BP for the stage is 160,000. Current BP of the team is 183,688. Alright, no idea what we're getting into whatsoever. Our special assist is someone. We can't tell who. No idea. Alright, well, how about, can I put any clothes on somebody? That'd be cool. Let's throw some gear on this person. Alright, at least they let us do that. Alright, now, I'm feeling a little better. Not great, because why? Why do we have Phelan in here? That's the real question. Do we need to have Phelan? I think we don't. I think if we can trade her out, that's going to be the better choice, whatever they may think. They seem to be, I don't know, I'm not sure. We're gonna go with that. We like Cetrum. Let's throw him in. Or, yeah, no, that's fine. I think that's fine. We'll go that direction. Now, let's start. In the shadows of ambition, even the stars cannot be trusted. Alright, what do we have going on here? We've got 4 portals incoming. Palace Guard, armed with steel blade. I can't read it because they're coming. They're coming. Alright, so, don't know what that said. We're gonna throw out arrogance, hope for the best. Big plans. In this battle, we will face enemies with a special attribute, energy. Excellent. Energy is consumed when enemies attack and slowly recovers when they're not attacking. Right? That sounds like stamina to me, but alrighty. When energy is high, enemies enter an energized state, taking less damage and dealing more damage. When energy is depleted, enemies enter an exhaustion state, taking extra damage and suffering reduced attack speed. In other words, I should have put my my defenders out front with the attackers behind them. That's okay. Endure the enemy's attacks, then defeat the invaders. Alright, well, got it. Not the best choice necessarily to stick him out. Boo-boo, you must be stopped. For us, for everyone. Alright. Well, we'll see. We'll see how that goes, I suppose. And then hopefully I can throw out... You know what? Let's just stick down Chen and get some healing going. Oh, Lu Bu, I think. That must be Lu Bu who we have here. Who says, I've seen his power, felt its grip. Only I can finish this. Oh, great. That sounds lovely. Do that, how about? I'm worried, for now, I think I'm gonna stick Edrin here to lay on a little more DPS.
No,
alright.
Stay by my side.
He says, no doubt, Chan, stay by my side. Together. Ah, he's speaking, but it's very quiet. For me it is. I don't know, maybe for you guys, not so much, hard to say. I think I will put aim back here, or I'm, just to add a little bit more DPS to the situation. Certainly would have been better had I put a defender in front there, but we're gonna just take it as it is. If I throw Wrath out, the primary benefit from that would be to increase Arrogance's attack speed more than anything else. It would do things for others, but that's primarily what I would be doing that. I don't know anything about this guy. Lubu. He has Dark Star. Immediately enters Deep Descent. Upon reaching maximum power, immediately enters Deep Descent and gains enhancement effects. Increases own attack by 30% and reduces the trigger interval of Chaos Strike by an extra 2 seconds, which would be super useful if I had any idea what any of that stuff was. What is he? He's a fighter. I'm not very interested in throwing him out quite yet. We'll see what happens, but I'm not feeling it at the moment. In fact, I'm just gonna sit here and let them beat on folks for a second. We lost Setram, that's unsurprising. Kind of okay with it. Could throw out Brienne. She'll die pretty quickly as well. Let's just wait for a second, I think. And see, well, you know, I would like to, well, yeah. I think I'm okay. Let's just, wait for these guys to get a little closer, and then we can do some ultimates there. I am just gonna throw out Wrath for his speed boost, his attack speed boost. I think that was perfectly fine, honestly. Cody says the archers will probably be your biggest worry with these stages, but you should be fine. So far, yeah, I mean, I didn't even really feel the need to put most of the guys out. So we got 150 Virtuous Plumes, which is obtained from Star-Crossed Romance Event Quest and Challenge Mode. It's for purchasing, so this is our currency. These Virtuous Plumes are our currency for this event. We also got 1 Rare Summoning Crystal and 150 Hero XP Potions. Stats show that Arrogance was at the top, with 373,361, followed very closely by Idrin, with 372,628. That being said, Idrin was a space back from where Arrogance was, and probably would have done more damage if Arrogance, well, maybe would have done more damage if Arrogance had been on the same level as them with others out front. But as it was, that's perfectly fine. Same thing for the other guys. You know, they weren't getting as close necessarily as the rest, and Setram didn't even end up doing that much because he died fairly quickly, and really there wasn't any need to put him out at all. All right, complete this. Strike down a dragon. You must be aware of it, or something like that. Okay, we got some background fights completed, so let's go start some more of those, and we'll come back to that in just a second. Alright, so we got 40,420 coins, 7,590 XP potions, a variety of gear, 225 Forgotten Palace trophies, and 225 Brave Conquest points there. What else we have? We have some Gold Dragon passes. Weekly quest gives us 750 of these tokens for spending 700 stamina. Let's do that. Leveled up to 3, which then gives us 10 legendary skill dust. I'm thinking volcanic salt because that's the same kind of imagery I think as over here at the harbor. It's very funny. All right. Check on Barut because it is turned past 1 o'clock and has updated. It doesn't have anything exciting for me. So, I'm back to check on Arena. Still isn't ready over there yet. So, Oracle's Trial, Gear Raid 3 it is. And let's throw some things at stage 15 again. Don't have much in the way of stamina at the moment, so let's just put a ridiculous number. Go up here. Let's use a couple of these friendship points. Seems to be the only thing they can really be used for, so may as well. And then throw out another huge stamina potion as well for this. Gives us 200 more, and then we'll max this out and start that running in the background. Okay, back out of here. We've got something to claim in the guild, so let's do that. Let's go to Drake's Chasm. This is for fighting Nightmare 2 and 3. This is the Nightmare 3 chest. We've got 1 summoning crystal and 14,000 XP potions there. And we ended up getting 1 unpolished legendary stone shard from that. And that's cool. Then Nightmare 2, claim those rewards. We've got 1 of these legendary extracts, 1 rare summoning crystal, and 1 infernal cleric demon soldier. Okay. Someday I will make more use of those, I'm sure. Haven't gotten to that point yet. We've got some donations we could do. Let's see about submitting some of these. We've got plenty of insignia of melees. I wonder, I don't know if you can do multiple things. Nah, you can't. You can only do, you get to choose, I guess, how many of each one you want, up to a maximum of 5. So, that's fine. Let's do that. Get 25 guild coins and 50 guild activity for that. We can also throw in some of this rare skill dust, because we have plenty of it. And submit those for 25 guild coins and 50 guild activity. I don't want to donate any mythic extracts, so we're not going to do that. Alright, out of there. We now have some quests to complete here. It's claim rewards from Drake's Chasm 5 times for 2 5-star psychic power shards, and also the box at the top, which is 1 rare summoning crystal and 3 ancient summoning crystal shards. Very cool. Back out of there. And then back over to this red thing, Star-Crossed something. Star-Crossed Romance. Alright, so, story mode. Star-Crossed Romance, we're on stage 2 now. Seeds of Doubt. Chaos coils like a hidden serpent, tempting Lubu with promises of salvation, while Dao Chan fears the path ahead, knowing it may lead to their ruin. As palace guards appear, the gravity of their decision begins to sink in. But wait, we didn't get to read all of stage 1, so let's go back to where we were at here. Let's start over here. Amid the fracturing alliances of the Eastern Kingdom, Dao Chen and Vu Bu vow to slay Dong Zhao, sealing away the chaos that corrupts him. However, as passion and ambition entwine, fate also conspires to test their resolve. We just went up in the Forgotten Palace ranking to 2. So, cool. Stage 2 it is. Now we get to actually have a look at the map prior to going in. So we have 5 incoming portals. There's a couple of different entrance points for those. Don't know where we're going to be able to stick our people, but we have mini platforms, and I don't know. We're gonna find out where we're allowed to put those melee guys. They've got Lord's Champion. He's a melee fellow, high hit points, high attack. He has Ground Quake, hits adjacent enemies, and inflicts an attack speed reduction and debuff on the target, so we don't like that a bit. Energy is another of his abilities. Soldiers consume energy when attacking. When energy is high, units gain increased damage and damage reduction. When energy is low, units enter an exhausted state with reduced attack speed and increased damage taken. Energy gradually recovers when not attacking. An esteemed champion housed inside the Lord's inner sanctum, their sole duty is to serve and protect the sovereign. Wielding a massive mace, their monstrous strength appears to surpass the limits of what is humanly possible. So that was the Lord's Champion. Now we have the Palace Guard. He's on all fronts. He has Twin Strike, swings weapon to deal damage in 2 stages with each strike. He also has the Energy feature, and Monster Info says, a steadfast foot soldier tasked with patrolling the palace. Their loyalty to their commander outweighs their skill with the blade. Yet when duty calls, the courageous mind knows no limits. But not quite as good as the Lord's Champion. I mean, they know some limits, obviously. If they knew no limits, then they would be a Lord's Champion. But they're not quite there. They're his, he must be the mentor for the Palace Guards. Then we have Palace Lookout. He's a ranged dude. He's high on attack-ish. He's a little above average on attack. He doesn't seem to be phenomenal. He has volley, shoots 3 arrows at enemies, and a nimble archer with an eagle's eye. They strike swiftly at the faintest hint of danger. Their deadly precision and uncanny ability to pick off targets from afar make them a threat you'll never see coming, until it's too late. Then we have the Imperial Lancer. All of these guys, there's only one guy who's ranged here. It's that palace lookout. Everybody else is melee, and they all have common armor. Alright, his attack is higher, the Imperial Lancer. He has armor cleave. Attacks slightly reduce the target's defense for 10 seconds. This effect can be stacked, and it's undispellable. He also has energy. It says, bearing the insignia of the Imperial Militia, their every strike resonates with overwhelming force and precision. Though expertly trained, one can't help but notice an eerie presence above. Alright, eerie presences, and ranged guys, and superhuman guys. We're good. Okay, so, let's see. With that in mind, currently we have one defender on the board. I think we can safely trade out for a different defender. And with it being as it is, I think I'm going to trade Laurel for Regulus. I think the platform guys are going down pretty hard. We keep some in, obviously, but you know, Laurel is good because you can pick her up, and she restores like 50% of the rage of the guys around her, which is awesome. I think Cody was the one who told me about that. Very cool. I had thought she had to die for that to happen previously, and he let me know that no, you can actually pull her out and of your own volition, and that counts as dying as far as that's concerned. So there is a very much larger advantage to her than I even realized. Okay, so I'm halfway considering switching the Lord with this guy here, Solkadin's, and doing Solkadin's Xena instead of Aiden. Maybe instead of Aiden and Brienne. That seems like not the worst idea. Also, as a Lord only, it would be better to have Leia, I think her name is, because she has really good Lord ability. If I wanted to keep Aim for his boost, I could, but I don't really see that as necessary in any way. So I could either do Solkadins and go that path, or I could do Leia and go that path. That would give me a second healer. Do I need one? Not really. Let's try this. I kind of lean toward it. And if I end up needing to change that, I always can later. Alright, Cody says, yeah, it's very useful, probably in reference to Laurel conversation. And then OJ Pimpson says, level gear and artifacts don't matter in these stages. Cool. That's good to know for sure. Okay, wait, actually, yeah, it says over here at the bottom left, hero's level and promotion grade will be maximized in this battle. Gear, artifacts, pantheon, bond skills, and skill upgrades from monsters effect. Okay, that's cool, because what that actually means is that we can test out characters here. We can use this, pull up some people we haven't leveled up yet, and find out how they actually do if given every benefit that they could have. And that's, you know, that's a big deal for testing purposes. I've done this before when we had some heroes visit and allowed that to happen. And now I'm hoping that we can repeat these levels and come back and check that out. So that's very cool. Cody says, yeah, Garen stuff thankfully doesn't matter with these stages. I like that. I'm not going to do it during this playthrough, but if I can come back and do them again, I very well may try that just to see how the guys do with their maximum potential. Hey, Zithanter. Is that how we pronounce that? Zithanter? He says 2 healers are needed. Interesting. This may be true. I'm not going to argue the point, but I I'm not gonna try it right now. I'm gonna try it without, and then if I fail, then that's all right. I'll come try it with. No, no real risk here. We're not even spending stamina. So we'll just try it as is, and then we'll come back as needed. When the heart questions, the hand hesitates. Victory is born of conviction, it says. Okay, we have this guy going in. Now, let's try. Okay, so that's where our parts are. Dachan says, the promise we made. Do you still remember? So let's start with just throwing Baron out, and then we're going to follow that up, hopefully, with Arrogance. We'll see how it goes. Depends on what things look like. I might follow it up with Dachan. Let's,
to crown you
actually, I'm going to follow this up with Xeno, just to blow that up a bit, and then throw Dachan here, because Xena's not going to need the heals. If she dies, that's perfectly fine, so I'm going to pull her up soon enough. Anyway, to end the chaos, now we've got people coming from the bottom, so I think I will pull her up and put somebody else down there. Who am I going to put? How about I put Regulus here and see how he does to start with. Ooh, we got a problem though. We've got some folks coming up the top, and we have no blockers there. So, what can I do about that? Right now, I can only put out him. Is there anybody else? Okay, there's this other fella who is intended for this. Can he come out? I don't know, let's see. Maybe we have time to get him up. I have no idea what he does, so we'll see. One way to find out. Oh, he's not impressive. I was hoping for better from him. Not phenomenal. Well, he's got something that he's going to do there anyway. Whatever it is, we don't know. Not really loving that so much. For now, I guess I'll do this. What does he do? Immediately enters deep descent. Upon reaching maximum power, immediately enters deep descent, gains enhancement effects, increases his own attack by 30%, reduces trigger interval of chaos strike by an extra 2 seconds. Okay, interesting. Let's see here. What do we got? We have a few different people we could throw out, but none of them are going to be particularly helpful right now. Hopefully, he can survive that, and I think we'll throw Arrogance back here. This guy is not doing so well, that Lubu. So, well, I guess we'll just see how it goes. Now we got Xena back up. Don't really need her yet. We have some folks over there who are going to try to kill us for sure. Where shall I throw this guy? We put him here. Or here. Doesn't matter too much. Let's throw him here. Face this way. And then he can start shooting those folks. Xena's ready. And I think I may face her down. I think so. Maybe here and down. Here and down seems good. Let's do that. Throw on Regulus's ability there. And then, hopefully, we can get, I think we want to get, this guy, whatever his name is, Adrian, out next. And facing where? Facing down? I think facing down, yes. Facing down. We've got Dao Chan back, and it looks like she's gonna need to be over, one of these areas. Which one? Maybe here, maybe, yeah, we'll do here. Hit the front lines with that, and also I'm hoping to stick Sulkadins out in a minute. We'll see. That was Regulus going down. Not too surprising. We have Wrath, and it will increase the it'll increase the damage or the attack speed, which will ultimately increase the damage of Arrogance. So we'll stick him there in that defensive position. Does a little self heal, and he's okay. So we got that. For some reason, thought there were going to be more, but nope. All right. Let's see here. Folks are saying the equipment is not counted before the test, right? OJ Crimson says you'll be able to get Dow's exclusive artifact from the event shop. Well, that's cool. Cody says he's a chaotic champ, so he loses health over time for damage, basically. So that's the Lubu guy. Zathanter says I took 1 invisible archer, 1 mass mage, 2 healers, and many mass fighters. And Chaos likes when there's little health under the board, so they hit harder. Yeah, interesting. I see what you're saying. All right, we got 150 virtuous plumes and 150 hero XP potions there. All right, statistically, Xena topped it with 307,953, followed by Baron. That's interesting. 227,778. Then Arrogance 181, 364. We got Lubu next after that. 112,000. Huh. Interesting. All right. Complete that. Mind as a battlefield. The heart of casualty. Yeah. Very deep stuff here. Okay. Stage 3. High stakes, heated emotions. Stoking the flames of his ambition, Chaos becomes Lubu's confidant, tactfully manipulating his desires. Dao Chan watches on as the dark spark of transformation takes hold, and is left to wonder if love alone might extinguish its slow burn. Interesting. And so over here, we have 2 portals to defend. We've got 5 ground portals coming at us. We got that Lord's Champion, Imperial Lancers, and Palace Guards who will be coming. I don't see anything weird about the map. There are a lot of bottlenecks, which is a good thing for us. I don't know where we're going to be able to stick the melee fighters, because you never know. Lots of opportunity for platformers, and these guys are all melee, which is great, so the people on the platforms will be safe. Alright, so let's see what we've got. Didn't end up really using Sulkadins. He increases the faction team members' basic attributes by 15% just by being the Lord. When he casts Hellbreak's Lucy, his best benefit is when he's out, because then he has to, he casts this, and then all faction team members gain penetration increase, which ignores 30% of defense and magic resistance. And so that's pretty cool, and they deal extra damage to elites and bosses for 15 seconds, which is cool. Zathanter says, the fact that Baron hits harder than Arrogance is funny. Well, he did in that case, and part of that is his location, right? He was put up front, and then Arrogance was put a couple spots back, so Arrogance could only hit 1 spot as opposed to his normal range, and he wasn't as close, so yeah. I wouldn't say that he hits harder. I would say that under those circumstances he was hitting harder. And he was having more opportunity, I would say, to hit more times, and therefore do more damage. Alright, well, let's see here. Do I want to do anything differently? I don't know. I don't know that I do. Again, I could switch out, could go with the healer, and if I was going to do that, that would boost Regulus up as well. If I had Leia, I would be doing less damage by a good amount. Do I want to? I don't know. But something else of interest to me is the Nightmare faction, because I have this guy, this Ares, maybe his name is Ares. This guy here, yes, Ares. I have him, and I haven't gotten to really do a lot with him. He does defense reduction, which seems like it might come into play here. I don't know. I'm not sure. It's increases damage, and damage has a 30% chance to inflict vulnerability versus physical damage on the target. But this vulnerability that he inflicts to physical damage, I feel like could really come into play on this map or in these circumstances. And in fact, I definitely feel like he could replace Anai, because I don't feel like Anai is a good option. And so I think I will actually grab him. I don't know if, oh yeah, I don't have any gear on. I don't know if he'll be useful or not, but it feels good. Hi Quad, how you doing, man? Thanter says, can't you lift Citrum up to the Lord? Yes I could. As a matter of fact, that was foolish of me. I didn't end up using Citrum in that, but yeah, I could absolutely. I can switch him out with, with either of the other two, it doesn't matter. Let's do that. But I don't know if I don't know if it'll come into play or not. It may, simply because now that there are no rangers out there, I can safely throw him out without any healer necessary. We can reserve Dao Chen for only needing to do the healing part on the melee guys, of which I have a good number. I don't know, maybe I should keep it like this and try it, and then we'll see how it goes. Let's try it. Looks like they are suggesting 160,000 BP for this stage. We have 229,448 BP. We may end up needing to come back and do another healer. But for now, I think I'm gonna try it like this. Zithanter says Ares and Gluttony can both tank and fight. Yeah, that's true. I haven't, like I said, I feel like I'm gonna stick with it like this for now. I see what you're saying, and I could replace Regulus with Gluttony. My experience with Gluttony has been somewhat decent, but not phenomenal. I go ahead and go with it though. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with trying Gluttony. It would be a fourth, this would be the fifth nightmare there, but it would be a fourth one that we could stick out, and I think that would be fine. Maybe it would be fine. I don't know. Gluttony is not a defender. He's a fighter. And I feel like he may not be able to keep up with the damage being done. I'm sticking it back in. Okay. I think I like it like this. Quad says, I don't know about any of this, but it looks like the kind of games I like. Well, hey, you're welcome to join us, Quad. Cody says Nora's also solid for these stages. Yeah, I could see that as being true, because obviously, she's not going to be being hit by the Rangers, which would be the main problem. She gets killed very easily on the platforms if they have Rangers, but for this stage, it didn't look like it had anybody who was ranged, so anybody should be able to just go full bore if they're on the platforms, I think. Don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about my all melee team here. It's not exciting. I think this Ares can hit a little bit further than directly in front of him. I think he's got like a 2-spot range, maybe, if I am remembering correctly. So that should be helpful. Let's try it and see what happens. Go forward as is. Passion fuels the fight, but it also blinds the warrior. Quad doesn't see it on Steam. I think I downloaded it probably directly from the website. I might have a link for it somewhere. Let's see where we can put people, first of all. Okay, so let's see. How about, I wonder where they're coming from first. From right there. Okay. So then we won't have a protector, or we won't have anybody to hit through up there. So, do I want to stick anyone there? We only have 6 slots for melee. Think this through for a whole minute. I don't know about Ares at all. I could put Xena at the bottom facing up, and she would be able to hit far enough to go through that arrogance and also hit that far ahead. So it may make sense to put them down there, but we've got other people who are going to be... Okay, let's see. Might be an okay idea to start out like that and then see what happens. If I were going to, I think what I'd want to do is put arrogance over here so that he can hit to either side and ahead. Then we can put Xena out when they get a little closer. We've got somebody coming in from that side. We can put him out, but I think we wait. Until now. Put her out. Then we can put Dao Chen here. We've got some others coming in from the side. Hopefully between Xena and Arrogance they can take care of that. Now, who's going to go to the front left and who's going to go to the top? I think let's try putting Wrath here with this Ares guy behind him. I think he can hit through Arrogance. Let's turn Dao Chen to DPS mode for the moment.
I'm not Deng Zhuo. I control the
chaos.
chaos.
I control the chaos, says Lu. Yes, he can hit that far. Alright, now we've got another group who'll be coming in from the top. The question is, do I need to do anything about that or not? I'm thinking I wait for Cetrum, possibly, and then put Cetrum to where he's facing this direction. He'll hit everyone from here. Well, not, eventually, as they come to it. What does he do? Increases damage with 50%, dealing damage has a 30% chance to inflict vulnerability versus physical damage on the target. That seems fine. Now, I think I should have already picked her up. Didn't do it. I'm gonna do it now. The Lord's Champion is coming from that direction, looks like. And so, what do I want to do about that? What if we put him over here, facing up? Nope, not there. Well then, how about could do here? Sure, why not? We'll try it. All right. I didn't put him facing the right direction, did I? Or did I? I don't know. No, it didn't. Not to hit that where he's at very well. That's okay. All right. Let's see. Now, I think maybe we just stick him here for now. Facing up. And try to blow those up as they come down. Can't hit enough people that direction. So, give this a second. People start moving in. Xena's back up. I'll go ahead and toss her over here to knock these guys out. Could put Wrath on Baronet just to increase the speed of the others, the other Nightmare guys. Not sure that I really want to. I mean, there's two spots we could put them. I don't really, I don't know that I necessarily want to. I guess I can, and that'll block them up there where they can be hit some more. You know what? I won't put him here though. I'd rather put Baron here and then Wrath to his right. And you know, so I don't know. I don't know. Is it worthwhile to even have stuck Wrath down or Baron down? I'm not really sure because actually it occurs to me that you know Baron can't. Okay, that's no good. It's no good at all. Let's stick him here because Idrin can't hit that far ahead. Arrogance can, but Idrin can't. And Sulkadums can't hit that far either, so it makes no sense to do that. Alright, let's see here. Checking out the chat real quick. It's free to play friendly. It's definitely free to play friendly. I haven't spent a time on this game so far. A couple of months in, so Cody says I've been playing every day for 775 days or something like that. That's very good. Fully free to play other than the free AW gold we get. Can't see the week seal pulls tomorrow. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that you get given in this game. It's you know, I'm not big into microtransaction type things, and I gotta say, like, this has been a very, very good experience with this type of game. I've never I would say I've never played a game of this kind that was better than this one. As far as being able to play it, being able to enjoy it, you're constantly being given things. You can constantly earn your resources. You know you're not going as fast as maybe other people would be, but it is very you can get there. I mean, you don't like I said. Maybe if we wanted to spend every waking moment playing, you know, then you might feel that urge to purchase some stamina or something like that. But in my experience, I've had no inclination to do that. All right, so for that, we got 200 virtuous plumes, 1 rare summoning crystal, and 150 XP potions. Quad says, I remember when you started it. Yes. Like I said, it's a couple of months ago. Maybe we're close to 3 months now. Somewhere in there. I'm not really sure. Cody says so true. They do goodies very well. That's correct. It's a really nice ratio. So, stats show that Xena did the top damage at 251,396, followed by Arrogance at 242,106. Then Sulkadens is right after that, which Sulkadens, you know, he's been pretty impressive so far. And again, he came out later. So, and of course, Xena was up and down. Then we got Ares. Okay, Ares did 164,825. I think the advantage to Ares is not going to be his personal DPS, though. It's going to be the amount that he can improve the DPS of those around him by making things physically vulnerable. And I think he's going to be best on a single target. That way he can have some time to decrease the physical attributes, and then others can do the damage. Let's see. Quad says, "Is there a referral code I should use?" I don't have any idea. I don't know of one, but I can. I can send you. I can probably give you a link. The 14th. Can give you a code. I believe is the Thatcher says it's more complicated than that. What's more complicated? I'm not sure what we're talking about. Cody says they're doing the newbie gathering thing the 14th. Oh, okay. So they're going to give a code out. That's cool. So that'll be 2 days from now. Cool. Yeah. All right. So that's where we're looking at the moment. We'll go to complete. And now a bitter choice. Fan the flames or let them die. All right. Did I read this? Yes, I did. Okay, excellent. Stage 4. The silent storm. Quiet tempest stirs, unseen, yet all-encompassing. For as the two heroes reach an impasse, a silent rift begins to form between them, leaving behind imperceptible cracks and crevices. Below the surface, something more sinister lurks. Ah, trouble in paradise. All right. Here we have many platforms and many possible positions to stick native guys. Now I wonder, I'm seeing that some of these locations on the ground are lighter colored than others, and I'm wondering if that is some sort of indication of where we'll be able to put our heroes. Not sure. Cody says another member for Kip's Guild soon. That's nice. Yeah, very cool. Quad says Valentine's Day. That's good. Some of us will need something to do. Yes, indeed. And also, I'll have a magic tournament that day for part of it, so it'll probably be either earlier in the morning, or probably it'll be later in the evening when I get on Saturday. So just to warn you guys. All right, so we got the Lord's Commander here, who has Lacerate. Every 4th attack deals a smash. We don't like smash. This effect is guaranteed to trigger on the first attack against a new target. I was going to say maybe we can just kill him really fast, but no, because his first attack is a smash. Well, I hate the smash. All right, high HP, high attack. Not so good on the defense or the magic resistance. It says Battle Shout. Blows a horn to rally all units within 2 tiles to enter Battle Shout and charge forward. The effect persists during the charge. So he's like a tactician who moves his crew, huh? He also has energy. And it says an esteemed commander housed inside the Lord's inner sanctum. Their sole duty is to serve and protect the sovereign. Subordinates carry out their every order, even at their own peril, as if under a hex. So it's not their sole duty. That's to serve and protect the sovereign. It's just one of their duties. They also have to lead. Here we have the Palace Lookout. He's the one who shoots arrows. We don't like him. Palace Guard is a melee dude. He just does some damage. And then the Imperial Lancers, who are high on attack, or higher on attack. Okay. There we go. So we only have one. Okay, I see. We have more after this next stage. I was going to say we only have one more stage, but that's not true because I see a little line going out from that, even though, aha. If we click off of it, it shows us the rest. Cool. All right, stage 4 it is. Looks like 4 portals. That'll be coming at us. We've got 2 to defend. 4, 5, 6, 7. Potentially, well, I can't really tell necessarily what we're going to be able to put them down. If those light colored spots are it, then that's 9 possible places to put melee units and plenty of spots for platformers. I think I may be okay with continuing with the same team for now, and then we'll see how it looks. Alright, let's start this. It is not the thunder you should fear, but the quiet before it strikes. Oh, I think maybe it's the lightning that I'm more concerned with. Alright, where can we put people? So those are the spots, and I think we're going to start with sticking Arrogance back here. We'll face me this way, and then add Edrin next, possibly. Hopefully, anyway. If I can possibly get him out in time, which I barely did, barely managed. And then Dao Chen. I don't think I'll stick Dao Chen there. I think I'll stick Dao Chen here. Yes. Yes, I think so. And then put her into DPS mode in a moment. Okay, we got these guys coming next. I actually don't mind just throwing Xena out as a sacrifice. There we go, just right now, to get her, her first set of goodness, as it were, used up, and then she can just die, and that's fine. I would like to put. I think I'd like to go ahead and throw out my defenders next. And let's see. I think I'm going to start with putting Baron in front of Arrogance, because Arrogance is a little bit weaker by himself than Idrin is. And then I want to put Wrath, I think. No, not Wrath. I was going to put Wrath, but I think I won't. I think I'll keep him and put Regulus out in front of Idrin. I don't know if that's the best idea. Feels like it. Let's do it. And then we'll switch that Chan to DPS mode. And we may as well use Idrin's ultimate. I don't really have any good reason to stick Wrath out except to get Arrogance's damage up a bit. I do want to put Cetrum out, and I think I'm just going to stick him here, facing this direction. We do have some folks who are going to be shooting them, so that feels like a good idea. Could put Solkadins out somewhere. Now that looks like some arrows flying in, so I may not want to put them out over there. Maybe I don't want to put them out at all yet. I don't know. Are these guys? I wish we could click on these guys and see what they are. But I'm going to throw him out just to start hitting that. Because that seems fun. Because that's Baron, that's Regulus. We better do something on Regulus. Go ahead and switch Dao Chan back to healing to get them in a little better position there. And I'll wait for Cetrum's ultimate. Right, here's another fella coming out, another very big guys. So, on the one hand, let's see, I think I'll stop him here maybe. Let's see. Is it a good spot? Might be. Might not be. Maybe I don't want to. I think I'll do this, and then it'll hit both sets of guys. May as well. Gonna wait for another second on that, for a little more to get in there. And now, well, haha, too late, they were already dead. Alright, so that was Solkadins who went down. We knew he probably would. And we only have one more guy here, so Let's go ahead and throw these guys out just to increase the DPS going out there. Okay, victory there. And we've got, who knows, what next? Stats show arrogance at the top, 240,124, followed by soul contempt at 227,990, then Xena, 224,000, and down from there. Cody says, by the way, Quad, it's really nice time to start because Dao Chan's back. Yeah, that's true. She's the best limited / champ to kind of have for everything, so pull all your gems and shards on her banner. I think there are a lot of advantages, but I also think that you have to get her up. She's better when you can switch her very quickly between healing stance and DPS stance. Promoting her is vital if you use her. Yeah. All right. Now we've got 200 virtuous plumes for that, 1 rare summoning crystal, and 150 XP potions. In the Eye of Calm, treachery sharpens its blade. Alright, so that was stage 4. We're on stage 5, standing at the precipice. At the edge of ruin, chaos begins to consume the last vestiges of New Brew. Intoxicated by dark fantasies and visions of power, his mind is consumed by twisted thoughts. His desire to dispose of Dong Zhuo, pinging ever more violently. And here we have, 4 portals to defend, 4 oncoming ground portals. They've got the Lord's Champion, Lord's Commander, Imperial Lancer, Palace Lookout, that's the ranged guy, and the Palace Guard. So they've got 1 ranged guy, 4 melee guys, and they're on the tougher side. And this one does the rallying business. Alright, excellent. Okay, recommended BP for this one is 160,000. We've got 208,000, 229,448. Okay, Quad is rebooting. As the answer says, to get more characters, you can get 160 guaranteed summons in a limited banner. Then move on to another banner until you get a legendary one, and then complete the limited banner. Alright, now. What do I want to do here? We've got multiple areas that need melee characters. We've got plenty of melee characters. I don't think that'll be too much of an issue, hopefully. I don't know. I think we keep it as it is, and we'll, again, adjust accordingly if I get killed. Once there's nothing left to lose, there's everything to gain. Sure. Sounds good. Okay, we've got that guy going in the first thing there. Now, what spots do we have to work with? Okay. We've got that, and so, what if we stick arrogance here like this, and then put Edrin in front of him? Right there. Alright, so then we can put Dao Chen here, and she won't hit arrogance, but she will hit Edrin, and hopefully they can do enough DPS to keep those guys from coming through and hitting him. We'll see. Alright, now we have the portal up there unprotected. Now, where are the guys going to come from that are going to go there? We have the bottom right that we're going to have to put a defender at. It won't be her right now. She could probably do bottom middle. Okay. How's about we start with putting Baron here, which will help attack speed for the Nightmare guys. We've got that guy and out over there. I didn't notice where that was going, unfortunately. Okay, those are going to that direction. Could go ahead and get Wrath out. What do I want to? As I could do. Okay. How far forward? Could go that far forward. It would hit both of those areas. That seems okay, maybe. I hope there wasn't anybody going into that top portal, because I didn't notice if so, and that's going to be a real shame. They're just going to waltz on in. I'm going to wait on him. I can do his in a moment. If needed. I gotta have somebody to deal with that situation over there. So, the question is, do I put Sulkaden instead and face that direction? For anybody on Baron, you can always replace Baron with anyone else needed, or to just face him up and hit everybody who comes by. Probably a better idea. I like it. Let's do it. Do that. Give Baron a little bit of ultimate going off. I keep thinking somebody's surely going to come out of the bottom. Eventually. I think I'm going to wait and see what's happening before I toss somebody else out. Got a good crew of folks coming now, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and use Sulkaden's, or not Sulkaden's, his thing, Setrum, so they can take that guy out. He also needed to recharge a little bit. Okay, this is the moment at which we're going to need Xena. I want to wait until the last second. Well, I thought someone was coming out there. Maybe not. Okay, Ethan went down. That's a problem. Let's throw this guy out. I don't know. I didn't see the person come through, so we're just gonna throw Xena up here. Where's that guy at? He's over there. Okay. I was waiting to put Xena out for the thing that I thought must be a great and glorious person, but no, it wasn't, turns out. So no need to reserve Xena is what I've learned from this experience. Alright, we got 250 virtuous plumes and 150 of these hero to pay potions for that. Stats have arrogance at the top, followed by Setrum, then Edrin, Sulkaden's, and Xena. Alright, well. Let's go ahead and try that again. Because I feel like that was a foreshowing there. Alright, so arrogance here was perfectly fine. Etrin also there, and it was fine. I can throw Xena out somewhere. I think that shouldn't be an issue. Put Dao Chan back where she was. That was also fine. I suppose we can go ahead and toss her here until she gets killed. That's fine. Baron here worked okay. I think I liked having Setchum where he was. We've got Adrian's ultimate ready if I decide to use that. He's all healed. I'm going to turn her back over to DPS mode. We have a bunch of these folks incoming. Trying to remember what I had done over there. I don't really recall if I needed to do anything, actually. Didn't really have anybody previously to deal with the people up top there. I think I'll just stick Sulkadon's here, which is where he was previously. Now here comes the one who wants to go straight across. And, really... Okay, I didn't catch what happened there. Somebody went through, but I don't know how. It's unfortunate. Let's throw Wrath. And then start this. Maybe I needed to put somebody behind Arrogance. Because I don't know where they went through from. Go ahead and put, or not Arrogance, behind Adrian. Go ahead and put him there. It doesn't matter, we've already missed the opportunity to get all of the soul crystals intact. So I'll have to restart this. And I may as well do that now. Let's go ahead and restart. Alright. Alright. Let's think this through a little bit better. Not Arrogance there. Arrogance here. Then Adrian. Wrong person. Where's Adrian? There he is. Excellent. Alright, so then I think let's go ahead and put somebody behind them in case of that happening again. We'll throw Wrath here. Now somebody's going to try to go that way, so let's put Baron out there. I don't want to put her there, I want to put her here. Ha, that's a shame. Got Chan over here. And then we will do Setchum at the bottom as before. Sulkadon's next, I believe. There's Baron down there. Let's go ahead and use Etran's ultimate. Down went Xena, and that's fine. We've got a guy down there that we're gonna want to keep. Probably okay. He can hit 2 ahead, so we may as well stick him here. And you can have a couple of different directions. I don't know. Maybe I should have stuck in one down. I'm not sure. Might have been a better idea. Alright, let's use Sulfurgen's ability before he gets killed. And then may as well blow up Citrums as well. Aries is about down. I suppose I could put him down. I don't think it matters at this point, but it matters to some degree, I suppose. Puts him, keeps him in range of Citrum for. He's going to stay in range of Citrum anywhere, really. But there we go. Alright, we got a victory on that, got all 3 soul shard things. Go to next, and we got 1 rare summoning pistol and 150 XP potions for that. Let's head over to the damage stats. First was Idrin this time, followed by Arrogance, Xena, Cetrum, Sultans, and down from there. I mean, it goes to Aries next, and then those would be consequence as far as DPS is concerned after that. Alright, should the sun cease to shine, there would be only darkness. That is somewhat true, but not entirely true, because there are many suns and ours is only one. Alright, stage 6. The Tyrant's Chambers. Those wells rip on the realm is absolute, but in these chambers his fate is sealed. Time has come for the final battle, where the future of the land will be determined by one's search for purpose. And so, we have here Longewell himself, the big boss, although he doesn't have him labeled as a boss, which is interesting. Alright, we've got, he's high on everything, you know, he's just high on life over here. He's got high HP, high attack, high defense, and high magic resistance. Monster skills, he's got Massacre. Deals damage to up to 3 adjacent targets, and inflicts 1 stack of Intimidation. Damage is shared by targets. We don't like that. When Intimidation reaches 3 stacks, it transforms into Panic, causing the affected hero to become stunned, unable to retreat. Well, my heroes are unable to retreat anyway, so I'm cool with that. He's immune to all crowd control effects except slow. He's got Seeds of Chaos. When Rage is full, Dongjua unleashes Seeds of Chaos on 3 random targets across the field. Don't like that either. Dealing damage 1 time. After a short delay, they explode, dealing secondary damage to the targets. In a realm marred by ineptitude, Dongjua seizes the power of chaos to overthrow the capital and unify the Eastern Empire under his command. With the world at his mercy and the Empire in his grip, his rule is uncontested. Cody says, Kip, if you don't hit Rosalia tomorrow, hopefully you hit a Lego Marksman to help you progress in Gear Raid 3. Sure, yeah. I mean, I'm up for anything. Whatever I get, I'm sure I'll be happy for. Let's see. Unless it's like an awakening for that fish guy. That guy is what is his name? It's like, it starts with an S and he's blue. Alright, so we got the Lord's Commander, we've got Lord's Champion. By the way, Dongjua is melee. Palace Lookout is the ranged guy. We got the Palace Guard. We got something new here, a Palace Ballista. We don't like Palace Ballistas. We got PTSD from Ballistas. Alright. Heavy armor and ranged. A massive javelin launcher mounted atop the palace walls. Fired at anything that raises suspicion. Let's try to not raise suspicion. How about that? Let's go with that. Healers don't raise suspicion, right? Surely. With projectiles this large, it's best to steer clear of its sights. That does sound like a good plan. We don't know where its sights are, but steer clear of them sounds like a good plan. And then we've got the Imperial Lancers. OJ Pimpson says a marksman with invisibility would help a lot. I don't have any marksman with invisibility, so I've just gotta Just gotta go it without, you know? It'll be alright. Hopefully. It may or may not be alright. I think what I may do is go over here and find maybe this dude. Maybe this blue healer dude here. Because my concern is if Dao Chan gets targeted by one of these heavy damage dealers and they you know, blow her up. Can't be having Dao Chan being blown up. I do need to go check and see what the map looks like real quick. Let's go back over here. Alright, so we only have one portal to defend, which, you know, there's pros and cons here because we don't have much in the way of spots to stick platform guys that are near to the portal. It would be convenient if we could bottleneck somewhere. None of it looks particularly lovely. I could, you know, looking at Dao Chan's range, there are some places that might work, but I'm not loving it. It doesn't look great. I think this time I am going to use a second healer. And I think it might be that dude. I think his name is like Vortex, maybe Vortex? Blue guy. He feels like he could be a good fella to help out here. But who do we replace? That's the question. I think of all of these, I'm going to go with replacing Ares to get this dude. That seems like a good idea. Cody says Vortex is a very nice epic healer. You know, the thing that I want him for is his little shield that he puts on people. So we look at his skills. His ultimate increases the healing multiplier by 30% for every 20 seconds. When triggered, restores HP equal to 10% max HP for all allies in range. But the key thing is that if the heal amount exceeds their max HP, 120% of the excess will be converted into a damage-absorbing water shield that lasts for 10 seconds. And that's what I'm wanting, so that we can do essentially a double, you know, double the hit points of Dao Chan as often as possible, and maybe keep her from getting killed. So that's my my thought on the matter. Whether that's going to be sufficient or not is a definitely a different question. But what would the next one do? Skills healing multiplier plus 5%, shield strength plus 10%, skill cost minus 100%. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's see if we can add this to something. It may be the something else, but you know, shield strength plus 10%. I mean, that seems fine. This is when the hero's basic attack heals in excess of the target's HP rather. The surplus healing is converted into a damage-absorbing water shield equal to 100% of the healing, which lasts for 10 seconds. During the effective moisture, the hero can heal one more target, which is very good. I definitely think this is a good thing to have. Let's add another point somewhere, and that is giving moisture. Yes, this is exactly what I would have wanted. Healing multiplier goes up, shield strength goes up, skill cost goes down for the ultimate. So being able to do that more often and better is a good thing. I'm gonna throw some more, I think, into it. I'm not thrilled with using up so many resources, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Alright, let's try that. Do we have gear on the guy? That's another question. We do. That's great. Do we have an artifact? Yes. AoE healing effect, huh? He's not an AoE healer, so I don't know if that'll be very useful for him. Let's take that off and see if we have something better for him. Okay, what is this? Increases healing multiplier by 18% when healing a hero with less than 30% HP. Well, we want really ideally to be healing a hero with more than 30% HP when we're healing with him. Increases initial rage by 25% when deployed. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. I'm gonna go with that. Basic attack, now we don't care. Healing a unit to full HP has a 20% chance of granting them a shield equal to 20% of its maximum. Okay, I like that. One time every 5 seconds. I think we're gonna try that. Let's equip this and enhance it as much as we can enhance it to give them a little bit of extra HP and attack. And I like that. All right. OJ comes and says, I don't think skills matter. That's true. That's a valid point you make there. I completely forgot about that, the skills and the artifacts. But that's alright. We're going to go ahead and finish this off anyway. Good point. Good point. If only I could brain a little better sometimes. But that's right. I have no regrets. Alright. Let us start. Let's see what happens. But we'll see. Tyrant fears nothing. Chaos is his ally and shield. Well, tell you what. Vortex is my shield. Nothing but ashes of my ambition. Well, you know what? I'm alright with that. Don't draw the leader. The tyrant of chaotic era wields stuff. Bad things happen. Okay. Now, what do we have? We have people coming from every direction. We've got those guys going to be coming up there. What might I want to do? Uncertain, but I think maybe I want to start with. Maybe I want to start with Edrin over here. I think we start there. Then we've got this this thing trying to kill us. So do I put her there to deal with that? I think I do. Let's throw her there. How about that? And then
just look at yourself. You'd kill for that brat. Yet you refuse.
Okay, we got a guy coming this way. I don't like him. He's big. He's nasty. Doesn't seem fun at all. Let's go with arrogance here. And then can we put somebody else down before his death? Doubtful. He will. I was hoping to get like anyone else down. But alas, alack, that is not the case. Alright, that's okay. Every like 4 hits he's gonna bash. So there went that. Fine, we can throw somebody else down to get bashed. I'd really rather throw down not Wrath, but yeah, Wrath it is, I suppose. Okay, what if I don't put him here though? What if I put him to the side so that this guy walks forward a little more and gets hit by Edrin as well? Couldn't put him right beside, unfortunately. It wasn't really my intended lock the big guy dude. Now that I know that the big guy comes from there, though, that ought to be help.
The world shall bend to my will.
We'll see. We're just gonna walk on by. But let's restart. We need to stick somebody right there first. The rest of these guys don't really matter. Alright. I mean, they will matter, but it's okay, let's see here.
I've come to end your tyranny.
We can throw Xena here. We'll wait for him to get out a little more and then throw Xena back. We can put Baron here, which is a much better location. Okay, so go ahead and stick Xena down there. Put Baron here. Then we can put.
Just look at yourself. You'd kill
Arrogance
for that
behind
brat.
Baron.
Yet you refuse to rule the heavens by my side.
And then Dao Chen. You come up here. Think. And then, perhaps, you could stick hollow behind Dao Chen. And perhaps be okay on that. I don't know. We'll see.
You're the thing you seek to destroy. Now kill her, you boo. And join
Should
me.
have that in time for the next big hit. Maybe. Because it's every 4 hits.
No. I will
So the
not.
ballista's coming from the bottom. Maybe I better pick her up. Don't know when the next one will come. But we can throw somebody else down if we need to. And for now, we can be regenerating that. Now, we can put Solpitons here. And face up. Try to do something about that situation. And then maybe also maybe Setrum.
People, you must let go. This is not the way.
Setrum facing up. I don't love it, but let's do it anyway. Stick Baron's shield on. Go ahead and activate Solpitons. Gao Chen says, Lu Bu, you must let go. This is not the way. Are we sure, though? Okay. I think we've got him in here. And what I need to do is make sure nobody sneaks around from some other direction. Cody says then ballistas can hurt, right? Sure. And then Quad says complications with installer, working on it. I switched to mobile so I can still watch it. Crazy. Crazy, crazy. Hopefully it'll work out for you. Cody says, yeah, I play fully on mobile. Alright, here come a bunch of guys. Not as concerned as all that about them. I guess I can throw one of these guys out, like Wrath out, just to increase, I will put him up here. Just to increase the attack speed of the net guys. Halfway through this, we got some ballistas going there. They're gonna beat up on Wrath. It's not very nice. Don't really have a lot of firepower up at the top at the moment. Could throw Xena out. I don't really know that I need to right now. Y'all said this Lu Bu guy trades health for power. We can throw him out there. Why not? Cody says if you're in the US quad, there's a specific app you gotta download. Oh yeah, I saw that. There's like a US app and there's an everything else app. Okay, so these guys are wandering around with that. And we don't like that one bit. That just doesn't seem at all nice. Nobody is hitting them because nobody's down there. And it's just outside of range of my Setchum fellow. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up Lu Bu and we're going to put down Xena and deal with that before it gets worse. I'd rather not put her there, but you know, that's alright. That's what we're going to do. Also got a guy up there in a location that I don't love. I don't know if I need to be terribly concerned about it or not. Maybe I do. Maybe I should. Who would I want to move, though? Could move Wrath and put anybody else over there to beat on him. I guess I can do that. Let's do that. Got somebody coming around a weird way. That won't matter. Let's move Wrath. Oh, not Wrath. This is the other guy who's not Wrath. Question is, really... Ah, no, it's fine. We'll just stick it in here. Doesn't matter. Now we have another couple of people coming from the top, or one person coming from the top and one going on the other way, it looks like. Gonna wait for a little bit of a pile up to happen, and then we can start laying into these guys. This guy's going to take a whole minute over here, so let's move some folks around and do a little more damage to our friend right here by throwing him down. Pick up Solkadins. Well, actually, we'll pick up Setrum and throw Wrath down as well. Finish this guy off. Someday it's going to happen. It's a matter of time. All right. OG Crimson says, you gotta be sure it's the US version. Clyde says, I'll go back to the website and double check. Yes. Ah, here we have something. Cutscene.
Stop it, Libel! What are you doing?
With this power, we can end all death, all suffering. I can save us.
He was right. Just look at yourself.
So, you were on his side all along. You brought me here to die!
Libel, I won't let you do this!
Get out! Now! I said get out!
All right. Well, that's interesting. Cutscene ended. We went back to there, and then we get our victory. Interesting. None of our people are very strange. I was afraid, like, are we bugged? But no, all is well. All is well. Next, and stats. Oh, but we can't look at the stats. It's not going to let us this time. We got 300 of those plumes, one of the rare summoning crystals, and 150 of the XP potions for that. And now it's going to force us to complete. The chamber is silent, but alas,
And so,
but need rest. And so Dongjal fell, but chaos lived on. Lu Bu, now its master, sealed the lover's tragic fate as Dao Chan looked on with a shattered heart. The land, broken and scarred, was left to face the darkness he had become. Alright, excellent, got there. And now it says go to challenge mode. Oh, no, I don't want to go to challenge mode. I was happy with non-challenge mode. Let's see what it says. Daily rewards for current difficulty. When in danger, Dongjal will summon his royal guards for help. Meanwhile, he will stay back and call Mists of Madness, greatly reducing the attack range of heroes in range. Oh, I don't like that either. That's no fun. I wonder how much greatly is. Does that mean... how much is great? 2 spots? 3 spots? No. There's normal, hard, and nightmare. So you get to change which kind you want to do. In hard, it says Dong Zhao becomes more ruthless, unlocking his new skills, Chaos Bolt and Spoils of War. Now notice that it's recommending 220,000 BP for this one, which is normal, and then it goes up immediately to 500,000 for this one. And then on Nightmare, it thinks you need 750,000. So for Nightmare, it says Dong Zhao will summon his Burial Guards 1 extra time. Enemies gain a new capability, Camaraderie. When any unit dies, grants a stackable damage increase 30 by 8 units. This effect cannot be dispelled. 750,000 BPs. We're so far from being able to do that. Could do the normal mode. Daily rewards for current difficulty. So does each one have different daily rewards? I suppose so. But you would have to be able to actually score some points. Seems unlikely. Alright, but let's go out of here for now. I feel pretty accomplished at the moment getting through that. So, I feel like I've done a good bit and deserve to have some lunch, you know? So first we'll go and check on the arena before I run off for food. And get some updates here. We've got the Harbor Master returned with 30 buttercream mushrooms and 30 jumbo spinach. Very nice. And I'll send her back out to go get some more, and hopefully she'll get some golden birch sap, because that's what I really want. I mean, who needs mushrooms and spinach when you can have golden birch sap? Definitely, yeah. Alright. Let's check on Borude over here. See if he has anything fun. He doesn't, as it turns out. We've got the background fights completed with 55,120 gold, 10,350 XP potions, a myriad of different gear items, 280 Forgotten Palace trophies, 280 Great Conquest points, 10 Ghoulhound Demon Soldier Shards, and 10 Carrion Hound Demon Soldier Shards. Dogs are the way to go today. Alright. Got that. We've got some things in mind here, but first let's go to the arena and let's see about refreshing this. Refresh these and see if we have anybody anywhere. We do have some people in our range. That's wonderful. We have Jamal, who has 347,796 BP. We currently have 358,477 BP. So let's try it, and we'll give it an auto fight. I see, Zathantra thinks I can probably handle normally hard. Possibly, yeah. OJ Crimson says it prompts you to do a challenge. This fight is weird. I watched a video from last year to jog my memory of how it works. Well, I'll just test it out later on and see how it works there, too. Sun Wukong has Splitting Hairs. It's his ultimate. Deals 100% damage 18 times to one enemy and inflicts stuns. He also has this little clone Wukong on. He's a very high DPS guy. I've never had him, but I've used him in a dragon fight with one of my friends. In fact, I think it was Cody's Sun Wukong. We also have Dolores over here. She's a healer. She has graceful dancing, applies 40% inspiration to other allies in range of 20 seconds. That's a good choice to play with over there with Sun Wukong, I think. And then we have Yuri, Needle of Torment, deals 5 hits of 65% damage per second to one enemy targets in range. When a target dies during the skill, gains 5% range, and targets one other enemy near the fallen target. So they're going Sun Wukong team, and I think that was a good choice for them. That was Jamal with 347,796 BP. Let's see here. Cody says, "How love lunch." Wad says, "I would like some flapjacks with real butter and golden birch sap, please." Zadvanter says Estrid would have done well. The best mark in Nightmare is unlikely to be influenced by it. Estrid. I don't know that I've ever given Estrid a chance. I felt like she wasn't phenomenal, and just never really did anything with it. Cody is gonna go get some lunch too, and so there you go. See you later, Cody. All right, we've got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points for that. Stats show that top DPS was, of course, or top damage was Sun Wukong by a long shot. I mean, he's very, very good as far as DPS goes. Then Arrogance was next with 2,965,000, followed by Xena at 2,306,000. Now, you'll note that Sun Wukong did over twice the damage that Xena did. It's crazy. Because she does the burst damage. She does her primary damage when she first comes out, and then it drops over after I want to say 25 seconds. And then Idrin did 1,405,000. But of course, she wasn't out immediately. So, all right. Next in the list of possibles that we could potentially do anything to would be Lucky, who has 383,475 BP. Now, one thing I didn't check and I want to go back and look at is the other guy. Did I check his actual monster BP? The monster BP of this guy was a little bit higher than his BP, but not too much. Alright, let's go back and then head over to Lucky. Now, Lucky's monsters are 383,475 BP, which is the same as his, implying a fairly evenly distributed team as regards their BP. I think of BP as battle points. I don't know how the rest of you guys think. And here we have Xena. So we've come out with the same idea right off the bat gate that they have so much more BP than I do that it didn't work out so well for me. They've now replaced her with Gluttony, so they're going to bring her back out in a minute. Gluttony has Gnaw, rips and kills one enemy in range with teeth. If the target is an elite or boss, deals 800% damage instead. After casting the spell, recovers 50% of the max HP. Then, they have Sun Wukong behind Gluttony. We know Sun Wukong. So let's switch over to the next one here, Toreador. Toreador has Hellfire Burning when activated, increases attack speed by 80, damage by 120%, and attacks multiple enemies in range, lasting for 30 seconds. Very nice, very nice. Alright, so that was Lucky. 383,475 BP. For that, well, first of all, let's do the stats here. Gluttony did phenomenal there. 4,010,000. That's crazy. Damage dealt. Next up after that was Arrogance, 2,681,000. Then Xena with 2,466,000, and then there's Xena, which was only out for a very brief period of time, and did 1,494,000 during that time. Well, Sun Wukong was actually prior to my Xena on that list. Sun Wukong does a lot of damage pretty consistently. So, for that, we got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points. Getting pretty slaughtered here. We got one more to try. 389,525, and it's Sativa. Again, don't have great odds on these folks, but let's do it anyway, because it's always fun to see the new, not necessarily new, but maybe new to me, heroes that people place out, and just sort of the order that they place them and how it's interesting to me. We got Valderon, that's a fan favorite. He has Diabolic Manifestation, gains 1 stack of Chaotic Vitality. I don't really know what he does because there's too many keywords in his description and I don't have them. So when Potent Surge reaches maximum, gains 2 stacks of Chaotic Vitality. Inflicts vulnerability versus physical damage on nearby enemies continuously during the effect duration. Cool, but I don't know what it means. Then we have Hollow. She's a healer. She also increases Rage. When triggered, increases the hero's healing multiplier by 45% for 20 seconds, and the hero can heal 1 more target. And then thrown out, Hot Suit. Hot Suit is heavy damage. Ghastly Burst is her ultimate. Deals damage to up to 5 enemies nearby, dealing 230% AoE damage every 0.3 seconds, lasting for 4 seconds. Alright. Let's see, who did they just stick out over there? I thought they stuck somebody out. Maybe not. Ezereth. Ezereth has Void Ripper, World Destroyer mode, and World Devourer mode. I have no idea what those are. I have the belief, just based on the names of them, that maybe one of them, I don't know, I'm not sure. Maybe there's an aggressive stance and a defensive stance, and so they can do a lot of DPS and then kind of turtle up and maybe heal, who knows? Oh, that's a guess. So, do they have anybody else? We got Voltron already. Alright, so they got that, but honestly, we did okay on that. And that was Sativa with 389,525 BP. The top DPS on the board was Valderon, 6,784,670. Followed by Arrogance at 6,429,000. Then that girl. We don't know who she is. She's third on their list there, in order from top to bottom. Don't know who she is, but she did 5,349,360 damage. And then Xena came in at 4,508,320, followed by Hot Suit at 4,359,800. So, cool. For that, we got 3 arena coins and 4 Duel of Champions points. Still have 7 arena permits, in spite of using all of those up. We have some kind of reward over here that I didn't notice. Quests? Cool. Clear Stage 2 of Star-Crossed Romance Story Mode, and that gives us 150 Virtuous Plumes. Clear Stage 4 of Star-Crossed Romance Story Mode gives us 200 Virtuous Plumes. Clear Stage 6 of Star-Crossed Romance Story Mode gives us 250 Virtuous Plumes. So, looking at the other things here, it looks like you can get things from making purchases in the store. You can get things from completing multiple of these quests. You can get things from 100 summons in the event summon. Interesting. Dealing a certain amount of damage in the challenge mode also gets you there, and clearing the challenge mode of different difficulties also gets you more of these plumes. Now what's this? This is a vicious plume, so we not only have the virtuous plumes, we also have vicious plumes that we can get for doing different things. So those look like they're all for summons. Vicious plumes are for summons, or for completing 12 Star-Crossed Romance event quests. Or, well, also 8 Star-Crossed Romance event quests. Cool. Alright, good to know. Let's hop back out of there. And Cody had used in the redeem shop. Let's go just look at it real quick. So we've got those vicious plumes getting you a couple of different kinds of avatar borders. That's the Star-Crossed Romance. This is the Star-Crossed Romance chat bubble. Then we have, this is blue plumes for the Phoenix Feather Fan. I think that's the artifact for Dao-Chan. Yeah, that's the one for Dao-Chan. That's 4,000 to beat. We only have 1,850 right now, so it's something to think about. Eye of Sin. Who's that? Is that maybe the one for Lu-Bu, maybe? I'm not sure. It says class limited to fighters. Increases AoE damage by 10%. Killing enemies grants an extra 5% AoE damage bonus that lasts 3 seconds. Alright, we've got various other things here. It looks like Halberd of Woe is a Lu-Bu exclusive. Increases AoE damage by 15%, expands Chaos Strike's range. When Chaos Trigger kills an enemy, reduces the trigger interval of the next Chaos Strike by 4 seconds. And that has a 30-second cooldown on that. Okay, there's gear recasting hammers, ancient summoning crystal shards, diamonds, legendary skill crystals, 5-star psychic power tokens, rare summoning crystals, arena permits, auto fight chances, huge stamina potions, gold bonus like a double gold ticket, and just straight up gold that you can get from this event. So, something to think about if you want it. OJ Pempsey says there's some good stuff in this event shop. Yeah, definitely a variety of items to be had here. Let's see. What is this moonlit invocation? Is that something I've already... yes, okay, that's just summoning thing. Alright, cool. We'll go do that probably tomorrow, most likely. Now, let's check out the mine over here. We've got 5,050 coins, 3,600 XP potions, 23 stamina, 1 diamond, 1 auto fight chance, 2 mithril, and a chest that has in it 2 insignificant marksman 3s. So we've claimed that. Let's come look around real quick, see if there's anything else that's necessary. We can go over here to the idle rewards and get this stack of stuff. So we got 10 quick clear tokens, or tickets rather, 2 insignia of endurance 3s, 2 arena permits, 3 auto fight attempts, and 1 huge stamina potion in there. We also have some event rewards to claim. Duel of Champions gives us 2 small stamina, I think, potions and 30 diamonds. Yes, small stamina potions. Alright, this is for fighting in the arena. So we can move along with that. You don't have to win. You'll get points either way if you look at this. You get 8 for winning, 6 for tying, and 4 for losing. So even if you're going to lose, you may as well give it a go. If you don't have a lot of time, there's no reason to hang on to them. Because they do refresh, of course. And then the Corridor of Glory, that's for starting up, leveling up, promoting heroes, or upgrading hero skills. And we've done a little bit of that, foolishly. And so, as a result, we get 100 epic skill dust, because foolishness is rewarded in this world. Alright, out of there, and we go to Gold Dragon Pass weekly quests. Here any stage 50 times, and we get 1,125 Gold Dragon tokens for that, leveling us up to 4, for which we can claim 5 gear recasting hammer shards. Alright, out of there. And then another thing I would like to do real quick is claim this daily reward here. Supplies I've found while you're away, it says, and that the chest from Hyperion, which has 1,800 XP points, or XP potions rather. And that means that we finish this quest here. Obtain a daily quest from Hyperion, chest from Hyperion, and that gives us 2 lucky knives and 10,000 gold. Which then means we can go over to events, treasure hunt celebration, and we have 2 knives with which we can unveil tiles. We got 2,000 gold there, and 2,000 gold there. Very nice. Now we're out of knives, and we're out of all of those lovely things that we have. The other thing I want to do before I run off for food is start some of these background fights. So, come over to the Oracle Trial, we'll go to Groton Palace, go to the Go button, go to stage 15, and then start these auto fights at max. And those will run in the background. And then, I'm going to let that run. And I'm going to go and eat some lunch, I think. So, it was a pleasure streaming with all of you. It's always fun talking to you. Hopefully I will be back on this later today. I definitely will at some point. I may do a little bit of another gaming in between episode. You'll find out as long as you're following me and have notifications turned on. Recommend that you do that so that you can see next time. For now, I'm gonna go grab some grub. So hopefully I'll see you all later. Have a good day.